What happens if you control lust for 30 days? The first 7 days will not motivate you. They will break you. If anyone told you the first week is easy, they lied to you. Because when you control lust, your brain panics. Not because you are doing something wrong, but because you are taking away what it depended on for comfort. Day 1 starts with confidence. You feel strong. You feel ready. Tell yourself, this time I will change. But by day 2, something strange happens. Your mind becomes noisy. Thoughts appear without permission. Images try to return. Urges feel louder than before. And you start asking yourself, why does it feel worse when I stop? This is the first truth you must understand. Your brain is not missing lust. It is missing dopamine. For years, lust was your fastest escape. Stress gives lust, boredom gives lust, loneliness gives lust. Now that escape is gone, so your brain reacts like a spoiled child. It demands stimulation. This is why the first 7 days feel heavy. Restless nights, sudden urges, irritation without reason. And here comes the dangerous moment. This is where most people quit, not because lust is powerful, but because discomfort is unfamiliar. Let me ask you something honestly. Have you noticed urges hit hardest when you are alone? When the lights are off, and the phone is in your hand? When no one is watching? Comment below if this feels real to you. Here's what's really happening. Your brain is detoxing, and detox never feels good. It's like a body reacts when sugar is removed. Your mind reacts when cheap pleasure disappears. By day 3 or 4, you may feel tired without reason, unmotivated, emotionally low, and this is where the voice appears. Just one time, just to feel normal, just to release pressure. That voice is not you. That voice is habit fighting extinction. Understand this clearly. The urge is not a command. It is a signal that your brain is rewiring. Most people misinterpret this phase. They think I'm getting worse. No, you are healing. Pain is not punishment. Pain is adjustment. But here's the real test of the first 7 days. Boredom. When lust is gone, silence enters. And silence forces you to face your life, your thoughts, your regrets, your delays, your unfinished goals. This is why lust always comes back stronger. When your life feels empty, because lust distracts you from what you're avoiding. So in the first 7 days, you are not just fighting desire, you are facing yourself. That is terrifying for most people. But here is the hidden reward. If you survive the first week, something small changes. You start realizing that urges rise and fall. They don't stay forever. You begin to feel moments of control. Short moments, but real ones. And for the first time, you stop feeling completely powerless. This is where self-respect is born. Not confidence, not happiness. Self-respect. Because you did something hard without running away. Before this part ends, I want you to answer one question. What day usually breaks you? Day 1, day 3, day 7. Write it in the comments. Not for me. For awareness. Because once you know when you fall, you can prepare to stand. And next, I'll show you what happens after the storm passes. Days 8 to 21. When the mind starts clearing. When focus returns. And when control becomes real. If you're serious about this journey, subscribe to the channel, and remember this. The first 7 days are not meant to feel good. They are meant to prove that you are stronger than your habits. What happens if you control lust for 30 days? Days 8 to 21, if you survive the first 7 days, something important already happened. You proved one thing to yourself, you're not helpless. Days 8 to 21 feel different, not easy, but clearer. The noise in your mind starts lowering. Urges don't disappear, but they stop screaming. This is where most people get confused. They think I'm cured. That thought is dangerous. Because this phase is not freedom yet. It is rewiring. Your brain is adjusting to a new normal. For years, it survived on instant pleasure. Now it has to learn patience. And patience feels uncomfortable before it feels powerful. Around day 10, you may notice something strange. Your focus improves. Small tasks feel easier. You can sit longer without distraction. This is not magic. This is dopamine stabilizing. Your brain is learning to feel reward from effort again. This is where a new test begins. Ego. You start feeling proud. You think I have control now. So you relax. You scroll more. You stay up late. You expose yourself to triggers, thinking you're strong enough. This is where many people relapse, not because of weakness, but because of overconfidence. Understand this clearly. Control does not mean immunity. During days 8 to 21, your brain is like wet cement, still shaping, still vulnerable. One wrong habit can leave a deep mark again. Let me ask you something honestly. Have you noticed that urges now come more in thoughts than images? That's progress. It means your brain is losing dependency on visual stimulation, but now it attacks mentally. Memories, fantasies, what-if thoughts. This is the mind's last defense. Here's how you win this phase. You don't fight thoughts. You replace actions. When a thought appears, you move your body. You change location. You switch tasks. Motion breaks obsession. This is also the phase where discipline is born, not motivation. You don't feel excited every day, but you show up anyway. Something powerful happens. Your self-talk changes. You stop saying, "I'm trying." You start thinking, "This is who I am now." Identity begins to shift. When identity shifts, habits follow. Around day 15 to 18, you may feel emotional. Old memories surface. Regret, guilt, missed opportunities. This is normal. Lust was numbing these emotions. Now they're returning. Don't run from them. This is healing. Most people relapse here because they mistake emotion for failure. Emotions are failure. Emotions release. If you stay through this phase, you unlock something rare. Mental strength. Realize you can feel uncomfortable without escaping. And that skill changes everything in life. Let me tell you the truth. Days 8 to 21 decide whether the change is temporary or permanent, because this is where your brain decides. Is this worth continuing? You answer that question with your actions. Before this part ends, I want you to answer honestly. Do you feel more clear or more restless than before? Write one word in the comments. Next, we'll talk about days 22 to 30, the phase where control turns into confidence, where discipline becomes identity, and where you stop counting days and start counting progress. If this series is helping you, subscribe to the channel. You're not watching a video. You're rebuilding your mind. Days 22 to 30, the transformation phase. If you reach day 22, you are no longer the same person. Something fundamental has shifted, not outside, inside. Days 22 to 30 are not about fighting lust anymore. They are about living with control. The urges don't vanish completely, but they lose authority. They not. You decide. And that difference changes everything. Around this phase, you wake up differently. Your mind feels quieter, not empty. Clear. You start noticing things you ignored before: time, energy, potential. This is when many people feel regret. They think, why didn't I do this earlier? The thought hurts. But it's also proof of growth, because regret only appears when awareness increases. Here's what actually happens in the brain. By now, your dopamine baseline has stabilized. You no longer need extreme stimulation to feel normal. Small wins feel rewarding. Progress feels addictive. And for the first time, discipline feels easier than indulgence. This is rare. This is why most people never reach this phase, because it requires patience without visible rewards. But now the rewards are showing. Confidence returns. Not loud confidence, quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't need validation. You walk differently, speak less, but with more certainty. And here's the most important change. Your self-respect comes back. You trust yourself again. Stop breaking promises to yourself. And that trust spills into every area of life. Work improves. Focus sharpens. Decisions become clearer. You realize something powerful? Lust was never controlling you. We're just untrained. Now comes the real test. This phase tempts you to stop being careful. You think, I've changed. I can relax now. This is where wisdom matters. Freedom is not carelessness. Freedom is awareness. You don't test fire just because you learn to resist heat. You protect what you've built. By day 30, you stop counting days, because counting means you're still identifying with the struggle. Instead, you identify with the man who has control. And that identity is the real victory. Let me be very clear. Controlling lust for 30 days does not make you perfect. It makes you dangerous. Dangerous to distractions. It's dangerous to manipulation. Dangerous to weakness. You see the world differently now. You notice how much society profits from impulsive minds, and you decide not to be one of them. Before this video ends, I want you to reflect honestly. What changed the most in you? Your focus? Your confidence? Your discipline? Write it in the comments and listen carefully. The goal was never to quit lust for 30 days. The goal was to prove that you can control yourself. Once you know that, no habit owns you. If this journey helped you, subscribe to the channel. This is not motivation. This is mental training, and remember this line. It's a man who controls his desire, controls his destiny. You didn't just complete a challenge, you rebuilt your mind.